Hey guys, I hope you're all having an incredible day. I just wanted to share some really awesome, exciting news with you. So it's been about 6 months. We don't know, we're not really excited to go into work every day, and we're not really sure why we feel that way. And then, there are moments where we find ourselves just feeling stuck. And those thoughts of, who am I? Or like, where am I going? Or what am I doing? They start fluttering in our minds, and because we don't know the answer to that, it's just easier not to answer that at all. So instead we go and focus on something else, like when's our next coffee break, or what we're gonna have for lunch, or the list of emails that we're gonna have to respond to. But you know what, they're really tough questions, and I get it. It hurts to think about it. Your brain is like literally inside, just like firing off with new neural pathways every time you ask yourself those questions, because it's trying to think about something that it's never had to think about ever before. So no wonder it hurts. But for someone, if you are curious, what hurts more than thinking about those questions is actually not thinking about them at all. Because if you're curious and you don't answer those questions, it leads to procrastination. And if you procrastinate for long enough, you start to get really confused, frustrated, angry, and one day you find yourself feeling really helpless, and you sort of start to think, what's wrong with me? Because I felt that was my journey. That's what I experienced. And to be honest, if it weren't for a friend who one day asked me, Cal, have you ever thought about the meaning of life? And then I was actually forced to think, whoa, Cal, what does your life mean? I don't think I ever would have contemplated it, ever. And to be honest, in that moment, I had no idea what my life meant. So what did I do? I started getting really curious, and I started researching, was Googling life, purpose. And they say you attract what you focus on. So all these books, seminars, people, motivational speakers, coaches, they started coming into my life. And I guess over the course of maybe 24 months, I learned all this stuff. And it was through learning all of those things that I started to get clarity around what was important to me, and who I was, what I wanted to stand for, and what my purpose was. And then through that, I started to feel like I was moving towards something for the first time. And you know what? There used to be things that I would push away because I was like, oh, personal development, oh, life, that's a bit deep. And someone would be like, okay, guys, we need another glass of wine or something before we talk about these things. So we wouldn't talk about them. Or I would think it was a bit woo-woo, or like motivational speakers, they get people to jump up on chairs and they're like fist bumping the air, and it was like a cult. So that was my perception. But to be honest, it's not like that at all. And if it weren't for all the learnings that I went through over the past 2 years, I wouldn't be at this stage now where I feel balanced and I feel happy. And I know this because in the past 6 months, my relationship with my family and my friends have changed significantly. I've now created my own business, which embodies values that are truly important to me. And I feel healthy, I feel energetic, and really none of this would have happened had it not been for me allocating time to myself to think about what kind of a life did I really want to create for myself. I definitely wouldn't be in this position I am now had I not had a coach or someone to ask me the right questions, or to give me a different perspective on the way that I was seeing things, because I had so many limiting beliefs as to why I couldn't or shouldn't do something, as opposed to why I could or why I deserve to be happy. And initially it was really tough, because it's confronting realizing who you are and the direction that you're headed in, or not knowing where you're going, and acknowledging that maybe you don't like that person or you don't like where your life is headed. But that's cool, because you know what, the really cool thing is, once you're self-aware, you can choose. At any point in time, you can make the choice to change the direction of your life. You can choose to create a life filled with things that make you happy and make you feel fulfilled. You can choose that. It's totally up to you. But I know from personal experience that sometimes without someone there to support you, and encourage you to think a certain way, or to encourage you to ask yourself, resourceful questions, you just don't even know where to start. Like, sometimes you want help, and you want to change, but you don't know who to go to or where to look for help. So that's really the reason behind this video, and behind the reason why I created my business, is because I know that there are so many of you out there who are so curious, and I just want to be able to help. I want to share with you everything and anything that I've learned, so that it can help you shorten your learning curve. I think it takes a lot of courage to want to self-improve and admit that you want to improve on yourself, and kudos to you for trying and for even going there. Like, that is just so cool. And I want to acknowledge you for that, and know that I'm here to help if you want a sounding board or someone to guide you, or just to get advice from someone who's been there and done that. So if you're interested, or if you know of someone else who's interested, send them this video, Facebook me, message me, give me a call, and let's catch up. Let's catch up for an hour or more. Who knows how long it might take. Let's just explore what comes up for you. We'll catch up over a coffee. The coffee is on me, or we can have a green juice. We can have a green juice together. Let's do that. But really, it's all about you, because you deserve to be happy. So let's get curious together.